Okay guys, today is Tuesday and Jeff and I went to Walmart. We went ahead and did our grocery shopping for the week. Hopefully we won't need anything else. We went ahead and made a list for all the things that we're going to be cooking that's on the menu plan. I did give you all the menu plan yesterday, but some of these things are for next week. One of the things that we needed for today's recipe, it looked gross. It was basil, and I was thinking we needed dried basil for the recipe, but it said fresh. That's why I didn't buy it last week. But I decided we're just going to use dried basil because that basil looks bad. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and show you what little bit we got from Walmart today. Okay, so I'm going to start over here on the fruit and vegetables, I guess, or whatever. This right here we got for me and Jeff. They're both the same thing, the Southwest style salad with chicken for our lunch today. These are really good salads. So we got those for today. And then we needed one red bell pepper, but it was either $1.50 for one red bell pepper that didn't look as good as these, or $3 for three, and have an orange. So we went ahead and got that. Got some tomatoes, some mushrooms. I couldn't remember if I needed the white button or the baby bellas, so we just got these because we really like them. Some bananas, lettuce. This right here is the frozen stuff. We got some ravioli for one of the recipes, some mixed vegetables, which I think this is going to be more than what we need because this is 2 pounds, but that's okay, we'll have it for later. A zucchini blend. One of the recipes calls for either yellow squash or zucchini, and we just decided to get this frozen because Jeff saw it and have both. And we got some baby lima beans, and then we got these just because I wanted them. Got some half and half for my coffee, and they have eggnog now, so I went ahead and got this. This is my favorite kind. Got 2 gallons of milk, and I accidentally grabbed decaffeinated tea, but we're not going to tell anybody except y'all and Jeff. I know that I don't normally buy the shredded cheese, but one of the recipes specifically calls for this kind with the 6 different cheeses, the Italian style. So I went ahead and got that for that recipe. Got some Dijon mustard for a recipe. And then one of them calls for red beans, so we went ahead and grabbed these light red kidney beans without salt. So we would have that. I don't remember if we needed 1 or 2 cans, but we went ahead and grabbed 2 just in case. Got some of these Sara Lee Artisano brioche hot dog buns. We've been getting the Nature's Own, but we're going to see if we like those, because, and no, they were not $4.49. But anyway, we're going to see if we like those as good, because we know we like Sara Lee. And we got 2 more of the brioche style bread. Seems like the favorite around here right now. And because I had to use some of those egg noodles, I went ahead and got some more, but they didn't have any like I already had. Now this is the same brand, and they're also the wide, well these are extra wide, but these are whole wheat. So I would rather have whole wheat myself. So we got these, and I'll probably just use these for the recipe and, you know, have the other ones for something else. And then the non-food items we got was some flagging tape for doing something on the land. This is only 150 feet. Is that enough? Oh, okay. I don't know what he's doing with it, but got that, and got me some lotion to try. I don't know if it's going to do any good or not, but if it does, I'll let y'all know. So that's our little Walmart haul, and now I'm going to eat my salad, and well, put stuff away, eat salad, and then I will start cooking our dinner, and I'll share that with y'all. Okay guys, this recipe surprised me a little bit because you don't cook the ground beef before you put it in the crock pot, and I don't think I've ever done that before that I can remember. But I mean, it's fine. I don't cook chicken before I put it in there, or other things, but for some reason my mind has always been the ground beef needs to be broken up and all this stuff. But I'm going to see how this works out. I'm sure it'll work out great because I've seen other people do it, and I don't think I'm going to fail at it. But this is beef ragu with penne. Let me get the book. Actually, let me just pick up the whole stand. I just don't want to pick it up. I don't want to take it off. It's this one right here. This recipe. Or this recipe, this picture. Doesn't that look good? I do have a printable that I found online. It is from the Southern Living book. That's which one. This is the one I used yesterday too. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bounce that. I will wash my hands because I just touched my hair before. It doesn't matter. Y'all know I'm clean. Anyway, kind of excited about this one, but I'm kind of not excited because things with tomato give me heartburn a lot of the time. But it's worth it. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to tell you what's in it. 1 large onion, 2 pounds of ground beef, 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, which I'm not using kosher salt. That's fine. I'm just going to use a little bit less salt because kosher salt is larger granules. So a teaspoon of it would be less than what I've got going on in my brain. I could be wrong. Where was it at? 1 16-ounce package of penne pasta, 1/4 cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese. We're probably going to use, Noah will probably use the powdery stuff, you know, the stuff you get from this stuff. I'm going to use the shredded Parmesan, just because that's what I want. And the whole reason that we went grocery shopping early this week was to get the basil, which we didn't get to get, so we're going to use dried instead of the freshly, the 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh basil. I'm probably just going to tell everybody just sprinkle it on. Noah and Jeff, of course, because that's everybody. And then freshly ground pepper to taste. So, I'm going to get the camera down here, and I'm going to start putting this together and show y'all how easy this is. And tell you about something else that is super exciting about it in just a second. Okay, it says to use a 5-quart slow cooker. I don't have a 5-quart. At least I don't think any of mine. No, they're not. This is a 6-quart, and that's fine. So, the exciting thing about this recipe is half of the sauce, after it's done, you take out and you reserve it for another use, which tells me in my little freezer brain that, or freezer whatever I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, excitement, tells me I have a whole other meal. All I've got to do is cook some more pasta later, or I could feed 8 people, because this is supposed to be 4 servings, which means me, Noah, and Jeff for dinner tonight, and then Jeff for work tomorrow. And then the other half of the pasta sauce I have for later, so I'm just going to stick it in the freezer. It's going to be fabulous, y'all. When I was reading the recipe, I was like, did I get that right? So I asked Jeff and I asked Noah, am I reading this right? And they were like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, oh yes. So here we go. We got a freezer meal and dinner. I love those kinds. All right. 1 large onion into the pot. That's what you're supposed to do first. Chopped up in the bottom. That's where it's supposed to be. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm wearing gloves because my hands, the eczema and everything is really bad right now. Like, they're really dry and stuff. Yes, I'm talking about food and talking about this at the same time. And I don't want to have to wash my hands more than I need to. And while I'm touching this meat, I'm going to be doing the gloves. Alright, so now I'm supposed to crumble the ground beef on top of the onions. I'm not going to get it perfect. I'm just going to get it kind of, you know, I don't want it tiny, but I don't want it huge either. So it's 2 pounds. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of meat for one meal. Well, yesterday's was a lot of meat for one meal, which was mostly a protein meal. I'm telling you, but it was good. But, I was like, that's a lot. I really don't want to do that much. But I said, I'm going to do it the way the recipe says. And then whenever I really started reading the recipe, like the instructions, not just the ingredients, I got excited. I was like, I will cook 2 pounds. I do not have a problem with that. This is ground chuck, and it says to actually use ground beef. But, you know, I'm using one I've got. Let me, you know what? I'm going to just dump it in there. Get in there. I said I was. I may not. It may not happen. And I'm just going to, this is 1 pound. I've got another pound. Yes, this is much easier to do it this way. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to just dump the other one in the same way that I just did that. And I did take this out of the freezer last night and put it in the refrigerator, but it wasn't completely thawed, so I did have to use the microwave method to thaw it some, and it did get a little bit cooked on the edges of this pack, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. But I'm going to just crumble this up as much as I can with my hands, and I will have to crumble it again later, and that's fine. Alright, it's in there. Thankfully, this doesn't put render a lot of grease, because I was like, oh, wait a minute, where's the grease gonna go? But then I remembered, you know, we're using the ground chuck, it's fine. All right, let me get these gloves off. I'm gonna go ahead and get my bags. This is the way you do it if you want to get rid of everything without getting your hands nasty. I'll be right back. Okay, I had to change battery too. I didn't just leave to throw that away. I had to change battery too. And I also forgot to get a teaspoon. Well, that's a half, but that's fine. It'll work. Alright, so got my onion in there, 1 large, chopped up, ground beef, crumbled, 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, 28 ounces. I'm going to get my little, what do you call those doodads? Little silicone spatula to help me out here to get all the goodie out. You just put that on in there. Actually, I'm just going to grab this one. It's faster. It's right here. The other ones I would have to kind of dig into the drawer. See, there's a lot left in here. And I was thinking, that's a lot of sauce for a, you know, for one meal, for little 16 ounces of pasta. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to do what it says. Yep, I'm still going to do what it says. I'm going to reserve half. It just made me excited, y'all. I don't know why. I'm not going to eat it right now, but probably next month we'll eat it. We'll have it for then. Alright, so there's the crushed tomatoes. And now I'm going to add nothing else. Nothing. I'm going to cook this on high. Well, actually, what is that? What was that? That's part of a tomato. Please tell me that's part of a tomato. That came out of the tomatoes. Yes, it's part of a tomato. Oh, I hate it whenever that happens, whenever something weird is happening. Anyways, I'm going to let it cook. I'm going to do it on high for 4 hours. And you can do it on low for 8 hours. But I'm going to do it on high for 4 hours, and then I'll come back and show you what's next. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm supposed to break up any large pieces of beef with a wooden spoon. I don't know why it specifically calls for a wooden spoon, but I'm not going to argue. I also have some water going for my penne. I have this tricolored penne. It does not say what kind. It just says penne pasta. So this is going, and I'm going to stir it around. And I'm also supposed to take half of this out and put into something else and reserve for another time. There's a lot of oil on the top of this. I really don't like all that oil being on here. The beef is not like real chunky either, so it's fine, I think. But I don't like all that oil. I need one of those skimmer things. Let me try to get some of this oil off. I'm gonna get me like a bowl to put it in. I'll be back. Okay, so this looks a whole lot better. I probably got like a half of a cup of oil. It doesn't even say anything about that part, but y'all know I ain't gonna leave it in there like that. I didn't get all of it, I'm sure. I mean, there's still some in there, but what I did is I just kind of picked the places where it was at and just kind of put my spoon down like this and let it come in and poured it in there. All right. I'm going to move it over here so it's not in the way, and I'm going to go on with the next part, which is putting the salt in. And it calls for 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and like I said, I'm not going to put a whole teaspoon. I'm probably going to put like a half a teaspoon. Actually, this is a half a teaspoon. So I'll put a little, I'll put an actual half of a teaspoon in here. That's all I'm putting in here. Now, it does not say this on this recipe. It is something that you could do to make this less acidic. Put a little bit of sugar in it. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Probably not going to, but it, you know, it's supposed to make it less acidic so you don't have the heartburn as bad. But I'm going to go ahead and get me a different utensil other than this and put some of this into the bowl. What am I going to get? I'm going to get a measuring cup. Oh, terrible noise. I'm sorry. All right, so there was 28 ounces of the of each one of those tomatoes. So I would say maybe that's half. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I need some more of this over here when it comes time, we'll just get some. I'm turning this off because it's going to stay warm anyway, and as soon as the noodles are done, we'll do the next part. Okay, so the noodles are done, and you're supposed to put 4 ounces in each bowl. There is another bowl, I just haven't, it's Jeff's work bowl, and I don't know if it's going to fit in here or not, because I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, if not, I'll just get a bigger bowl for him. But the thing is, I don't think I'm going to eat 4 ounces of noodles. I just don't think I can do that. So, I'm just going to put some in each one. You're supposed to divide the package is what you're supposed to be doing. So, I'm just going to go ahead and make Noah one, and I'll show it to you. I'm putting the noodles in over here. That may be too many. I don't know. He can have some of mine, I guess. I'm going to make his. And then I'm gonna make mine, and I'll taste test it for you guys. But I don't know if I told you that last night everybody liked that meal. I don't know if I said it or not. I know I tasted it, but I don't know if I said anything to you guys about it. Alright. Noah! I need to see what kind of cheese he wants. This is a lot of sauce. Like, in the pot, there's a lot of sauce. Alright, now you're supposed to... Noah! I need you to come here, baby. He may not be able to hear me. Okay, is it going to come out? Remember, we're using the dried basil, but you're supposed to be using... the fresh, but we're doing what we got to do. Which kind of cheese you want, baby? You want this over here, or do you want the other?
A little of both.
A little of both? Alright. And then I'll put the other cheese on it too, and then you're supposed to put black pepper on it. I'll let him put his own cheese, the other on here, but that's his right there. And I'll be back to taste mine. Okay, so I'm about to try it. I went ahead and actually let me cover this up. Ooh, I hate that noise. Why do I keep making noises I don't like? Cover this back up, the other half of the ragu that needs to be cooled off before I can put it. I'm going to put it in a freezer bag and stick it in the freezer. I'm going to label it though. And then I got Jeff a bowl for after he gets off work. And then I have him a bowl for work. Yes, it's a small bowl, but he does not like to eat a lot while he's at work. And I have him a garlic toast for each. It's got cheese and stuff on it. The ones I make and put in the freezer, but I didn't do that this time because I didn't have any more of those. I just made them fresh. And I have that for me and Noah as well. So, let's taste this. See how it is. And I did mine the same way I did Noah's, except less. Because I just don't want that much food. I don't want 4 ounces of pasta. That's different. That's pretty good. I've never had anything like that before. I keep hitting the bowl. I hate it whenever I do that. I'm just trying to keep it from flipping out on the floor. Don't want to lose my fork. I need it. It's pretty good. Well, I mean, first bite. Noah, have you tasted it yet? My face is red. It's hot in here in the kitchen. He might not have heard me. But anyway. It's different. It's not like spaghetti sauce. And I didn't expect it to be. But it is good. I like the cheese. I like the black pepper. I like that. I mean, it probably would be better with fresh basil, but I couldn't find any good. And I didn't want to go all over town for it. But this is a winner. And it's 2 dinners. You like how I rhymed? I didn't actually really. I had an S on the dinners part. Anyway, I'm going to go eat. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. I hope you are enjoying this Crocktober situation that we got going on here. I know we're enjoying it. So this is 4 out of 5. I'm not going to keep trying to count. I'll forget. But anyway. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified whenever I upload. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're doing any Crocktober meals. Or if you have any favorite crockpot, slow cooker meals, whatever you want to call them. And let me know how you're doing. I really want to know that. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels. And be sweet.